Hi there! There comes a moment for each social entrepreneur where he or she stops and wonders, am I doing it right? Is my organization actually making the change I intend to? What can I do to make things better? In this section of our course, we will highlight an important topic that you should consider as social entrepreneur, which is measuring and assessing your organization's impact. Let's start with a core question. Why should I do that? Why to spend time and effort in putting measurement tools? In a quickly changing world like ours, many social organizations are constantly trying to adapt in order to survive and hopefully to do better. However, they're not always successful in either. One of the reasons for that is because they rely on showing their achievements rather than analyzing them. To better understand why things went right or wrong, you should listen to numbers and learn the skill of using them to plan for your next move. Assessment is like the diagnostic tool that gives you useful data on performance, identify important factors that are with or against achieving your goals, and where do you stand with respect to other competitors. Assessment also plays an important role in being authentic in front of your stakeholders, whether they are donors, volunteers, or sponsors. Showing them that you're watching your steps and analyzing success and stumbles makes you more trustworthy and hopefully fund-worthy. So now we know why to assess. The next step is to know what to assess. There are three main points of measurement that you need to consider: outputs, outcomes, and impact. Let's start with the output. Outputs mainly assess the effort done from your side, like how many working hours on each task, how many money spent on different assets, or how many updates you post on social networks. Outcomes, on the other hand, assess the effectiveness of your efforts, like what you actually achieved after working these hours or spending that money or posting these updates. Finally, impact assesses the actual change you made as a result of all your effective efforts, like raising the level of awareness to your cause or achieving part of your organization's mission and helping people. Now we come to the last thing we will get to know through this section after knowing why and what to assess, which is how to assess. It's difficult to say what's the best assessment way that goes for all organizations. But you might like to take a look on this link that shows some success stories for many NGOs and social welfare projects who managed to create their own assessment tools. Generally speaking, in order to find your own know-how, you need to translate the outcomes, outputs, and impact into numerical targets. Let me give you a real example. Tahrir Academy is an online space that creates engaging learning experiences through videos and other things to stimulate the minds of Egyptian youth, empower them to think, choose, and decide. In order to do that, they divided their efforts among three teams: L&D, or Learning and Development, to prepare educational material; Production, to do videos and community outreach to spread the word and get volunteers. The first team has to reach the goal of preparing material for 40 scripts a month, for example. This includes many tasks like doing research for them, validating their facts through experts, and writing scripts. The same goes for the production team, who has the target of producing 40 videos a month, but in terms of illustration, video shooting, animation, and so. Things are a little bit different for the community outreach team, whose targets revolve around getting like 40 volunteers and how to reach and invite them to contribute, whether through direct communication, outreach, events, and so. All teams have to report on a weekly basis to the management, and their scores are assessed each quarter of a year. In such assessment, each team has to analyze their own performance, giving explanation and feedback on their effectiveness. The management team monitors another kind of data, which they call the Learner Satisfaction Index, or LSI, for each video. This is an index for the success of each video, calculated through many factors including likes, shares, user retention, and many other factors. This helps them measure their impact. So now you know the importance of assessing your impact in terms of enhancing your own performance and impressing stakeholders, and also that you have to assess your efforts or outputs, your effectiveness or outcomes, and impact or change. And finally, you have to put all of these in a numerical form to be able to measure it according to the nature of your organization.